Pleasant day to all of you, and thank you for taking the time to participate in such an impactful event. I want to start this off with a story. So in the mid-2000s, an online social networking platform was created to give people the power to build communities and connect the world closer together. This platform has now almost become a habit for young girls such as ourselves to click on, scroll through, and overall consume our daily dose of information. Of course, we know this today as Facebook. Recently, a report created by the Wall Street Journal revealed that this very platform, which was first created to provide meaningful connections, is now being used by some developing countries for criminal acts, such as human trafficking and drug cartel recruitment, only to name a few. I want to highlight VP Lenny's message on calling out corporations to take more responsibility for their algorithms. The documents revealed that Facebook's own algorithm purposely surfaces content that carries the most likes, the most comments, and the most shares. Facebook's internal critic team reported that if something's been reshared 20 times in a row, it's 10 times more likely to contain nudity, violence, hate speech, and misinformation. It's not simply a platform anymore. It's a technological problem. The algorithm has been designed to trigger our inherent divisiveness as human beings. And online platforms that were once used to rekindle ties and create new friendships have now ironically turned against us and instigate negative feelings. You know, I want to ask personally all the young girls right now, have you ever taken a break from social media? Of course, this is a safe space, so you can share your answers on the chat box, or you could just simply raise your hand, because I know I have. It's reached a point where I couldn't mentally handle the negativity online. I see a few people already answering yes. I have another question. Has anyone here ever felt the feeling of insecurity when you scroll through social media? Remember, this is a safe space for everybody tuning in here, so you can share your answers. I see everybody's answered yes as well, because personally I have. I had to log out and delete the app off my phone just because I was unconsciously comparing myself to millions of pictures of fit and beautiful women, rather than just consuming this content for the sake of learning about who that person is. I think the right question to ask now is, how can we help reconstruct social media back to its sole purpose? A place that can offer meaningful connections, create important opportunities, and share valuable information. More importantly, how can social media serve as an influential tool to further empower girls around the world? You know, there's a beautiful side to social media. Earlier this year, I had the chance to listen to the stories of our own Filipina athletes. I'm sure you've seen a few of them already making headlines on the news. Even before the great Heidelin Diaz's stint on the Tokyo Olympics, she went live on So She Did to share her daily routines and how important it was to teach young girls how significant it is to weightlift. And I've also had the chance to listen to how Martie Jaworski balanced being a mother and a wife, and of course, running in the International Olympic Committee's executive board. Funnily enough, even as the IOC announced her name, her husband and children were sneakily waiting behind the door to listen in and support her. You know, the story of how these Filipino athletes balance their sports, their full-time jobs, and their families have not been highlighted enough by popular TV networks in the country. And yet, they've been able to share their personal pieces online, where thousands of young girls tuned in. You know, let's not fool ourselves. Social media is nothing but technology. And with what I've learned growing up, technology can either work for us or against us. For International Day of the Girl, I want to remind everyone that behind all the screens are real people, people who have real emotions and concrete perspectives. These algorithms are simply codes made by people like you and me. We have the power to decide how we can use this tool to give young girls opportunities and, more importantly, amplify their voices. I want to wish everybody a happy International Day of the Girl and congratulate Plan International for this launch.
Ikaw at ako sa pantay.